Hello, welcome to the Groomsman. My name is Fayiz. I'll be doing a face shave. It's gonna be a good one today. But first, the COTD or coffee of the day is New England Coffee Chocolate Cappuccino, and I've got it in my mustache mug that my wife got me. Very good. Got some chocolate in my mustache. The shave of the day is going to be a side-by-side comparison, as you may have seen in the title or the picture, between two slants, because these I think are the only two slants I've got, but I may get more. We'll see. Somebody commented on the last video I did asking about the Mercure 37, I believe is the slant, so I may get that, may try that. But today I'm testing out the Fatip Piccolo Sorto and the Rex Supply Co. Konsul. This is a polished version, as you've seen me use before, and this is what I used last time. Again, blade alignment issues, I got it pretty decently on there. I mean, it looks spot on. Took a little bit of fiddling. This one, you just pop the blade in, perfect alignment every single time for me. So that's the difference between a $350 or more razor and a $35 or more razor. This is a Corvette and this is a Fiat. I mean, this is night and day difference, but we'll see how they shave. Does a more expensive razor equal a better experience? We'll see. The software is Caties Bubbles 10, and this is for their 10-year anniversary. This is one of my top 3 bases. This base, you'll see the lather. If you can see there, this is their premium shave soap specifically. They have different bases. I have this other one. This is called their, I guess, their luxury shaving soap. It's also a good base, but their premium one is top notch. It's one of the best ones I've tried. The only thing is you need to be careful. It's literally like a cream. Like, I mean, you don't have to touch it at all and it'll pretty much dent itself. I've got Vanule's pre-shave oil on my face already, and we'll apply the lather. I've got it lathered up with my Chisel and Hound. It's a stubby red resin over an ivory base. This lather is just ridiculous. I mean, it's Omnibus and this are probably 2 of my best lathering soaps. It's so creamy, no bubbles. It's very easy to work into a lather. The face feel is top notch. I wish all soaps came like this. I wish this was the only base Chris made from Caties Bubbles, because it would make it easier personally to get more soaps that were in this base. I don't know how many he makes in this base, but this is an excellent soap base, elite level soap base for sure. The scent is nice. I really enjoy the scent. It's a little bit light for my liking. The splash is stronger. The bottle on the splash is gorgeous. Probably one of the best looking bottles I've seen. All right. It doesn't matter what side each razor will be. So the right side right here will be the Konsul. It's going to be on setting 4, just because the Piccolo Sorto is mild. So try to keep it kind of close. They both have brand new Gillette Platinums. And you guys know I enjoy the Konsul. Super smooth. I normally use it on setting 6 for all 3 passes. Okay. Yeah, it's mild on setting 4 for me, but there's enough blade fill to know what you're doing. It's super smooth, so, and it's efficient. And you know, setting 4 on the Konsul is pretty close. Like that's pretty close to this. This is a little bit more mild. I think a setting 3 on the Konsul would be close, a little bit like closer to spot on. But in terms of how they shave, the Fatip is actually really smooth too. I'm just blooping everywhere because the lather is so well hydrated. Now the handle on this one is a little small in diameter, but I do like it. It feels nice in the hand. It obviously won't be as grippy as the Konsul. So yeah, nice smooth shave on both sides. Put a little bit more water in this lather. You don't need that much because it's a softer base. I think it has more moisture. And before I apply that to the face, a little bit more coffee. And I've used these razors, both of these razors, several times this week. I kind of alternated them most of the time. I did take a day off and use the Blackbird, or the Brass Bird, because Christian just got one off my recommendation. And I'll let you guys, I'm sure he'll record with it soon, I'll let you guys watch that and his experience with it. I really like this brush. The Chisel and Hound brushes are really nice. They're very well made, very beautiful brushes, and the knots are excellent. This lather is crazy. All right, back to the Konsul, still on setting 4, right there. So these two razors are both slants, but they give completely different shaving experiences. And the reason I say that is because you're gonna have people that want to spend $50 or less on a razor, that's completely perfect. I mean, there are plenty of great razors that are in that price range, or even less. Just like the Fatip, it's an excellent shaver, but with that you get quality control issue possibilities. Not necessarily, but a lot of times you can. Or they just are pot metal razors that may not last as long as stainless steel. It may last a while, but I've seen instances where people have dropped a Rockwell 6C and it broke. The posts broke on the head. So, which you won't get with the 6S, for example. So it depends on, but again, if you get a $50 razor and you break it after 5 years or so, you can just buy another one and you're still saving some money. Assuming that's the only razor you get, you don't get a bunch of software. I mean, spend a lot of money on wet shaving a lot of times. But in terms of the mechanical feel, the shave feel on my face, I do prefer the Konsul because it has slightly more blade feel, and you also have to consider it's adjustable. so you have more usability, or at least I do. There are going to be days where I just want less, so I can dial it down. And there are going to be days where I want more. And for some people that are trying to figure out what they want, you won't get that adjustability with any other slant razor. The Konsul's the only one with adjustability slant. Yeah, I think a 3 or a 4 on the Konsul is pretty close to what this feels like. Both super smooth, medium efficiency. I think the Konsul is slightly more efficient, but I'm also on setting 4. So I could turn it down to make it equal, but on these comparisons, I'm not really trying to say which one's more efficient than the other. It's just how does it feel, how do they compare. The Konsul is going to feel more well made, obviously, because it is. But it's also a pricier razor. I mean, the base of the Konsul, the standard finish is $350 without coupon or sale or whatever. Where you can get a Fatip slant of some sort, whichever variation handle you want. They're all the same head, for $35 to $40, depending on where you get it and things like that. So it just depends on how much you want to spend. But it also depends on if you want adjustability, American made, high quality stainless steel, then you literally would have to get the Konsul. So I guess that's my thing, is which one do you want? A less expensive but cheaply made, it's pretty, slant, or do you want a very robust but expensive slant? My BBS lasts a lot longer with the Konsul, even on this setting of setting 4, or even setting 3, honestly. The gap is bigger on the Konsul, even on setting, I dropped it down to setting 1 last night to see what it looked like. So here, it's actually just below setting 1, and you can see, I mean, there's a gap between the base plate and the blade. Meanwhile, on the Fatip, you don't really get a gap. You get a slant and you get an open comb, but it doesn't make it aggressive or efficient. So even on setting 1, I think you'll have more efficiency on the Konsul. That was technically just below setting 1. I think I got a bump right there, but it's all good. Against the grain, the Konsul is significantly smoother. You definitely get more, the blade feels more rigid on the Konsul. So if you care like I do, I mean, against the grain, Christian and John have said it on the channel. I think against the grain is your money shot on how enjoyable a razor can be. We've all had razors that are very smooth and efficient with the grain, across the grain, and then you get to the against the grain and it sucks. So I'm not saying this sucks, but it's not as good as the Konsul against the grain for me. So, all right. I'm gonna pause it right here, clean up, and I'll come back with the post. All right, I did some cold water rinse. I'm gonna put some witch hazel on. It's a very smooth shape. My skin feels pretty good. My skin doesn't feel as like close as the Rex Ambassador would give me, or the Carbon Dart, those kind of razors, or the Konsul on 6. Still smooth, still, you know, a close shave. BBS mostly. I think if I over buff with really any razor but the Piccolo, I'm gonna start having some issues. So that's another thing. Again, blade rigidity is not the best with that one compared to the Konsul or other razors that I've got. But nice shave. I got a bump right here, but other than that, no irritation at all. I mean, these are both relatively mild razors. Piccolo Sorto is a mild razor. Setting 4 on the Konsul is medium-ish. The blade feel on this is medium. Efficiency is just under medium, I think. This is straight up medium on setting 4 for me. I really like this on setting 6 usually. Alright, witch hazel's on. It's drying on my face, which is nice. And then I'm going to apply the aftershave. Again, most beautiful bottle probably goes to this one for aftershave in the wet shaving world. The restrictor is kind of non-existent right there, but that's okay. I'll just put my finger over it and then just slightly let some out. Very little alcohol feel, kind of just on both sides right here, but other than that, that's it, and it's very minimal, and it's gone. I mean, within seconds. Yeah, that smells nice. The soap is probably a 3.5 to 4 cent strength. The splash is probably closer to a 4.5, 5, maybe a solid 5. Yeah, I'll give it a solid 5 out of 10 for the splash. I'm sure that I think it's either an EDP or perfume. I'm sure that one's a lot stronger. I don't have that. But let's do a recap. We did a side-by-side between the Konsul and the Fatip Piccolo, Sorto, whatever it's called. Slant Piccolo versus Konsul. I prefer the Konsul, but we all knew that was going to happen. This is still a nice shaver, especially for 35 bucks. You can't really beat that. You do have some quality control issues. The finish isn't the best, and the blade alignment issues. Otherwise, it's a nice shaver, relatively mild, medium efficiency. The software was Caties Bubbles 10. Beautiful base. This soap base is top 2 or 3 for me, up there with Omnibus. If you have not tried this and you're looking for something, do it. I also have it in the 5. He brought this back out with the 10, and this was what he released for his 5-year anniversary. I need to use this again. It's like, anyway, that's not part of this video, or shouldn't be, but it's a nice scent. It's kind of minty, earthy, green to my nose. So beautiful soaps from Chris at Caties Bubbles. That's it. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what slants you have used or that you're interested in. I'm kind of curious what you all think. But that's it. Thank you for watching.